Shirafi Ghot, police have arrested 37 terror suspects and also recovered weapons from their possession. Now for more on this, let's talk to our correspondent Shahryar Mirza. Yes, Shahryar, tell us more about these suspects that have been arrested and what has been recovered from them.
Well, they have 37 people who've been arrested so far. All 37 of the people are wearing what looks like Frontier Constabulary uniforms, the black and grayish uniforms, and they've recovered quite a lot of weaponry from them. There were 18 rifles, 18 Khilashankov rifles, and two 22 rifles, and 15 30-bore rifles, and 5 walkie-talkies. Now, all the suspects who have been apprehended were earlier on yesterday at 3 in the morning. They came next to what is called a Mughal tobacco factory here, which is a closed factory. But allegedly they came into a cattle farm owner's house, and they tied up the cattle farm owner's son and his wife, and apparently his son has been injured. And the man came home, and apparently his family was beaten by these suspects. And then sometime this morning around...
Shahryar, what were they demanding? Is there any more information as to why they did that to the owner, the son of the owner? I apologize.
No, they apparently they did try and steal some of his cattle, but what's interesting is that the next morning, this morning, about 10 in the morning, they were caught inside Mughal tobacco factory, which is actually it's not operational. It's a closed factory, but they were inside the gates of that, and policemen came to the gates, and they saw that the gate was locked from outside, and they jumped over, and they saw that there were all these men in uniform, and they weren't attacking or anything, but they saw all the men in uniform, and they asked them what they're doing here. They had no ID cards, they had no licenses for their weapons, and they were shortly arrested after that, about 10 o'clock in the morning, with all the weaponry that they had.
And did it appear that they had been taking shelter inside this tobacco factory for some time, considering that all this ammunition has also been recovered from the site?
It seems like they had probably been, I think the cattle farm owner may have alerted the authorities, and I think they may have been taking refuge and hiding within the factory. And they are said to be, we have talked to the policemen, the police officers are telling us that they are all from Waziristan and Batgram area.
And did the police act also on some previous leads, as we know that a number of terror suspects were arrested earlier also, and they were being interrogated, so perhaps this is something that connects the links?
They haven't made any connections as yet. They're still investigating the case. It's pretty fresh, but there could possibly be links. As you know, the country's been hit by a wave of terror attacks recently, but these people weren't in the process of conducting an attack. It's possible that they were equipping for one and organizing for one.
Okay, tell us a little bit more about what has been recovered from inside this factory. Were also some explosives or suicide jackets recovered, like you were telling us that walkie-talkies and rifles and other such weapons have been seized?
Well, there were 18 rifles, which were 18 Khilashankov rifles. There was two 22 rifles, and 15 30-bore rifles. Now, a lot of these weapons telling us are Russian-made weapons, and we didn't find, and we've seen all the weapons, and there was no suicide vests or any bombs or any explosives of that sort recovered.
Right, and any other information that these people were hiding in this factory?
No, we haven't had any contact with the owner of the factory as yet. It's likely that he didn't know that they were there, since policemen, we're not sure how the policemen came on the scene, but I think they were told by some people that they have seen people going into the factory and were wearing uniforms. But as of now, they just seem to find the suspects at the site.
And what is their next point of action? Are they planning to, or have they taken any action against the people who own this factory?
No, they haven't taken any action against anyone yet. I mean, the investigation is underway. They're still trying to get information out of the suspects. The case is very young right now.
Right. We'll come back to you for more details. Thank you very much, Shahryar Mirza, our correspondent in Karachi. 37 terror suspects arrested from inside a tobacco factory, the Mughal tobacco factory, and a number of eyewitnesses informed the police, and they conducted this raid this morning. The terror suspects were dressed in FC uniforms and some linkages established with Waziristan and the Batgram area. Meanwhile, a huge cache of weapons, including Khilashankovs and walkie-talkies, confiscated from their possession. Now they will be taken to an undisclosed location for interrogation. We'll continue with the developments happening across the country after this break. Stay with us.